Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. It is Jeff again coming to you with another episode of Minecraft from the Mindcrack vanilla server. And we're still on the surface way out here in this land where I got the dogs, and I've actually set up a little base camp so that I can drop off some inventory and go back down into this cave. I will put the screenshot right here of the coord so I know where to come back, because I'm leaving all this stuff up on the surface, and we're going to go back and do some exploring because I got me some coal, and there's even more coal that I left down here. Got me some wood, made some room, but I just don't want to forget that stuff because I got like 2 stacks of iron and all that, and I just took a lot of damage. I had to go kill some sheep to get some food as well because I was running low. But I just want to get down to where we were at before because there was lots of dark places and ravine and things like that to explore. There is so much coal everywhere. I just don't remember how to get to where we were at, but we will make our way over there. We will be happy. We will enjoy while I get to tell you guys about leeches. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why leeches, Jeff? Why would you tell us about leeches? That sounds so weird. I have been at work for the last couple days. Very, very, very busy week, which is why there's such a lack of videos. And just to let you know, there will be a lack of videos coming up soon. I will talk about that probably in an episode tomorrow because I just want to get into this leech thing because it's so much fun. Because of the fact that I will be out of town on a few different places that will be taking up a lot of my time, unfortunately. So there will be a video, hi, fellers, for a little bit. But that being said, I've been at work a lot the last week and a half, which is what's really hindering me from being able to make, videos this week. But what do? I'm a nurse. I'm an ICU nurse. And the patient that I had today, we were doing some good old school leech therapy with. And I know those of you guys who are in the medical field at all, some of you are probably going, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And some of you guys are probably going, what? You still work in a place that does that? And some of you guys are going to be going, I don't understand what he's talking about. He can't be talking about leeches, can he? Because, leeches. How could you use leeches in medicine? Well, there actually are a couple things that you can use in medicine that's not necessarily common. One of them being leeches. The other one being maggots. I hear you, little baby zombie. I just don't know where you're at. The other one being maggots. Now, maggots are often used in... What are you dying in? I can't tell if you were a chicken jockey. You were a chicken jockey who got yourself stuck back here, weren't you? There's 2 of you guys. And then you suffocated and your chicken lived. That's funny. Ow. Hey, I'm sorry I killed your children. Yours too. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, maggots are often used in burns because they can help debride the wound. Maggots are very, very cool animals. I know a lot of people, it's funny, when they think of maggots, they think of something dirty and nasty and disgusting and ew. Actually, I had a patient come in through the emergency department once who had some foot wounds that he did not take care of properly at home. And he came in and they were covered. His feet were covered in maggots, and everybody thought it was sick and gross and disgusting, and they refused to, I can't say they refused because they would have, but they definitely tried to push the patient off onto me, which I didn't mind. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll deal with this. I'll take anything once and check out like how bad it is. You get a chance to work with a guy with maggots infestation because he doesn't take care of his wound, then I'll take it. I'll check it out and see what it's like. And the wound team actually came down and were like, oh, he's got maggots in his foot? That's actually good. And everybody looked at him and they're like, how is that good? Maggots, they eat dead and dying tissue. They don't eat good tissue. So if you have maggots all over you, like all over a wound, they're actually helpful. They are getting rid of the dying, nasty, infected tissue and leaving the good tissue behind. So they actually often use them in burn patients to help with the debridement of burn wounds. Now, granted, I don't work in a burn ward, so it's right across the hall from me. I know they use them up there. I personally have never dealt with anything with maggots before, and up until this week, I'd never actually dealt with anything with leeches before either. But leeches are good because, I can't. in a cave. Sorry, man. Or leeches have a couple uses, and what we are using it on for our gentleman is to actually like get blood, excess amounts of blood out of it was a skin flap, so basically a skin transplant from one place of the body to another that kept getting infected and kept getting like. I want to stay here until this lava goes away because I have a bad feeling something's gonna try to shoot me into this lava. But they grab or they suck out excess blood, but they can also eat some, you know, bad tissue and things like that too. But I've seen them, the 2 times I've seen them used in my ICU, because they're not used often. A lot of people still don't go to that, like, depth of utilizing that type. Oh, spawner! Spawner! Woo! They don't go to that magnitude of doing things like that, whereas my hospital, we think outside the box sometimes, and we'll do things like that still. Get light down. Okay, there. Why is there 2 skellies in here? There we go. Gotcha. I'll take all your goodies. Hi. You weren't supposed to do this anymore. Ugh. That'd be awesome. Oh, I was really hoping there was like a skeleton spawner around as well. That would have been cool. So we're using them for removing excess blood from this person's thing because it kept getting infected and blood pockets kept, you know, forming underneath it and things like that. I know it sounds pretty disgusting and pretty weird, but trust me, it's not that bad. Yes, the patient's quite sick and it's not necessarily going to have a good outcome for this gentleman, but we are trying as hard as we can, and that's what matters. We are trying. He's a very, very, very nice guy too, with a very, very wonderful family, and those are the patients that are really hard. Is when everybody who works in my unit, they love this guy, and they keep coming over throughout the day. And there's some, you know, people come over because they want to check out the whole leech thing because it's something they don't get to see very often. But they also get to start talking to the family, and the family's so nice to everybody. So everybody who's ever had this patient before keeps coming over. Is, how's he doing? Like, oh, I really like that guy. You know, hope he does well. I just wanted to check in on him because, you know, you have good patients like that. The problem is those are the hard ones when you don't necessarily have good outcomes with, or try to separate yourself from the situation because you know the prognoses are poor or whatnot. And his prognosis, you know, I can't say it's poor, but it's making people a little bit sad. But this wasn't supposed to be a sad thing. It was supposed to talk about crazy medical stuff like leeches. Now, the fun part about working with these leeches, I mean, I'm separating myself from the emotional attachment to the patient, so don't think I'm being evil or rude or anything like that by ignoring the whole, you know, dilemma of, you know, the actual sickness. But that's how I separate myself from things. I try to keep separated so that I can continue focusing on not getting emotionally involved, which can make you make bad decisions. So I try to keep myself that way. It can also just ruin your day or your week or whatnot. You can do that. So you try to not let yourself do that. But we get to every couple hours, we get to take these little guys and we place them in the area that they're supposed to be. And you wait for them to latch on and then you let them go until they get, originally I think the order was written like, until Leech gets fat. Which is really funny because that's exactly what happens. The leech starts sucking the blood. They suck it for like an hour, hour and a half, and they start getting fat because they start getting filled up with blood, and they look like they've had this wonderful, delicious meal. And I'll tell you, if you ever played with leeches, leeches are fast little suckers. Don't let people tell you that they're slow, they're easy to take care of. They are freaking fast. They get filled up with that blood, and they're done, and they let go, and they try to scurry. So you gotta keep an eye out for them and watch where they are and keep counting on them at all times because you don't want to lose them and have them end up places that they're not supposed to be on the patient. So you only do like 2 at a time because you keep an eye on them. But these dudes get fat. I'm talking 3-4 times the size of when they originally started, just filled with blood. And it's like, it's kind of an amazing thing. Now, one of the problems with leech therapy is it's not like you get done with one of these little guys and you release it back into the wild or anything like that. It is written in the order set there to then kill the leech with alcohol and place them in biohazard. And I'll tell you, it's kind of sad. Even though it's just a leech, you're sitting there and you have this jar of leeches that you then pick out the, you know, the winner chicken dinner of the day. You reach in, you grab a leech, which is hard in itself. It's very difficult to get a hold of these leeches and do it in such a way where you don't squish them with tweezers or they don't like latch onto you. And can they bite through gloves? Nobody really knows. And like there's all this random things with the leeches. But you pick this leech, you put it on, it latches on and it starts sucking because it's like, delicious meal. And you get it all done and you're like, wow, little leech, you're doing a great job. You're helping this man out, helping him get better because that's what we're using you for. And now you're going to die. And it's kind of saddening. Like you kind of laugh about it because it's like, it's a leech. It's just a leech. Like who's going to get sad about a leech? I kill flies. I kill mosquitoes. You know, I don't feel bad about that. But yeah, this little guy, like he's helping. He's a good leech. And pour alcohol on him when all is said and done, and he like regurgitates the blood back into the little cup that he's got the alcohol in, and then lays there lifelessly because you have just killed him. Yep, the joys of modern medicine for you guys to hear and understand. I wonder if they should have like, you know, because sometimes they can do coping for like when there's really traumatic deaths and things like that in the hospital. They'll have the critical incident stress management team or whatever come and do these things. I wonder if they can have a critical incident stress management team for, you know, the leech therapy. Because nurses are like, I feel so bad about killing the leech. Because I really do feel bad. It's sad. It's a sad thing. Only one other time in the unit have I seen the leeches, and because that's how little that we do them. And it was for a similar type of situation. And I didn't look at the order set then because that wasn't my patient. So I don't even know how the order set was written or whatever to see if they were supposed to kill them or how they were disposing of them. Because who knows? Maybe we're doing something cruel and inhumane, or maybe they were doing something cruel and inhumane. I don't know. Is there a humane way to kill a leech? I have absolutely not an idea. Like when I was in high school, 9th grade, we had to do the a bug collection. And then we got sent home instructions about how to make a killing jar. And it was to take like rubbing alcohol or like Listerine, and you put so many drops of it in a jar that was such a, you know, such a size. And when you catch the bugs that you need for the bug collection to show all the different, you know, genus and species or whatever that you're going for, you take the live bug, you throw it in the killing jar. They called it. It was like instructions for making killing jar. Like if you look at it now, you'd think it was like a terrorist like pamphlet or something like that. But no, it was 9th grade biology class. And make the killing jar. And you throw the bugs in there and they die. And that's part of what high school is. I mean, is it the same thing? Should you feel bad about it? I don't know. I don't know. That stuff really works. It's very entertaining to think of how far medicine has come, and then some things where they're like, you know what actually worked? Leeches. The other ironic thing is we keep like wondering to ourselves, we're like, where do we get these leeches from? Like how little we do this. I'm sure we don't just keep a stockpile of leeches at the hospital just in case, so we have to go get them from somewhere. And then it's, I guess they're medical grade leeches. However, they're created, like I don't know if they're bred to be medical leeches, like somehow sterile, or if they sterilize existing leeches to make them medical grade. I'm not sure, but either way, I mean, it's not like we go over and order leeches and it takes 6 days for them to grow us new leeches or anything like that. Like, so somewhere, somebody has a job or a business where what they do is they somehow medically get leeches prepared to sell to hospitals or whatnot for the times that this procedure is going to happen. And that kind of intrigues me. I'd like to go see the leech sterilization factory because I'm just curious how that's done. Maybe somebody out there knows. Maybe one of my viewers who coincidentally is going to watch this video. Maybe you watching right now. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Don't like shake your head like, who, me? Yeah, you, exactly. I'm talking to you. You work in that leech sterilization facility. Tell me how it happens. Let me go on a tour of your work. I'll come visit where you live to go on a tour of the leech sterilization facility. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. This definitely is the type of content that you can only get from the channel of your resident nurse, firefighter, and gamer, because I just don't think anybody else has the real world experience to talk about this stuff. Unless you happen to be the patient who got the leech therapy. I guess that's possible. Maybe you're somebody who's gotten leech therapy in the past and knows the whole process of it. And also, like, what goes through your mind if you were a patient for the first time hearing, so how we think we want to help you is we're going to cover you with leeches and see how things go. And you'll be like, okay, doc, sounds like a plan. I mean, there's got to be a crazy conversation involved with that one before you accept that at face value, I'm sure. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Either way, I've been down in this cave for a little while. Just, there's so many dark spots left still, and I'm just, like, wandering around, like, collecting resources, having a good old time talking to you guys. Resource collecting is always a good thing, and it's always more exciting to do on camera, only for me, not for you guys, probably. You guys want to see action at all times, I know that, but for me, Enderman, not having time to do action at all times, I love doing resource collection with you guys. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video right here. I came from all the way over there. I wonder if I can get over to that side of the ravine just by jumping in that water and, like, heading down through that part of the cave. I might do that in the next episode, or I might vacate and head home. For now, I think I'm going to cover my little cubby hole here and call this episode good. Guys, until next time.